Hi, this is Ed. Welcome to another Ritchie how-to video. Today we're going to talk to you about some troubleshooting tips for your Thrifty King waterers. One of the things we want to talk about today are valve leaks. So if your valve is leaking, some of the possible causes for that would be maybe some debris in the valve itself, between the valve rubber and the valve seat. Maybe some wear and tear on that valve rubber. Maybe that valve rubber needs to be replaced or flipped over. And the last possible cause for this might be high pressure in the water line. The valve that comes with your Thrifty King 2, 4, and 6 handles pressures from 60 to 80 psi. So if your water pressure is going to exceed that, we would recommend getting the pressure regulator. The next troubleshooting tip we're going to talk about is closures, the ball closures. If your closures are freezing to your top panel, you need to lower your water level about 1/2 to 1 inch. We want that ball closure sitting with a little bit of gap between the ball closure and the top panel. This allows the water that drips off the animal's mouth to drain back into the waterer instead of getting stuck in freezing. To lower your water level, we're going to adjust our float. So if this was the setting where my float was at when my ball closures were tight to the top, what I want to do to lower my water level is loosen the thumb screw on the side here. Now I'm going to turn my float down further into the water just a little bit and then retighten that. Then I'm going to get some water out of my unit, and when that water level drops, the water should turn back on and start filling up, and when that float comes back up, it is now going to be a little lower, and that should lower your water level. Check that and make sure you're at the proper level. If it's not quite where you want it, adjust that again until you get it where you need it. So the last troubleshooting tip we're going to talk about today is what conditions could cause water to leak out between your top panel and your base. If you have water leaking out of this gap right here, a couple conditions could be happening. Number one, your water level is set too high. You can adjust your float, as we've talked about, to get that water level a little lower. The other situation that could be happening is your valve could be leaking, and we've talked about the solutions for that also. Check your valve rubber, check the wear and tear on that valve rubber, and if your pressure is too high, maybe consider a pressure regulator. For more information about Ritchie products, please visit ritchiefount.com.